Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. Today, we'll go over how to prepare for a general behavioral interview. Specifically, we'll cover what they are, how you can prepare, some common questions, and how to best answer them using the STAR method. Finally, we'll wrap things up with some tips and resources. So let's dive right in. Why do employers want to interview you? Well, interviews are a chance for employers to get to know you as a person and assess your overall fit for the job. Some of the things that the employer is trying to gauge is your personality, such as how you work on a team, how you work independently, how you respond to certain situations and solve problems. In essence, during the interview, you need to connect with the interviewer interpersonally while focusing on your answers to highlight your qualifications, skills, values, and passion. Employers ask candidates to provide specific examples to show how they've demonstrated certain behaviors, skills, and abilities in the past. According to NACE's 2020 Job Outlook, employers are looking for these 10 skills, so make sure you're able to include examples of how you've applied these skills in your interview answers. There are several types of interview platforms, and different employers conduct them differently. The most common type of interview is a one-on-one interview that may be held in person, over the phone, or virtually. No matter what the platform, be sure to prepare for these interviews well in advance. The key to a great interview is advanced preparation. There are 3 main steps to help you prepare: self-assessment, research, and practice. We'll go through this step by step. First, do your research. Check out the organization and the role that they're seeking and prepare possible questions. Also, determine the skills and qualifications that a successful candidate will need and what the employer is looking for. Part of this is preparing sample questions with complete responses and rehearsing their responses to include 1 or 2 minute stories. During your self-assessment, you'll want to ask yourself the following questions because more than likely, employers will ask you similar questions. You want to be ready to articulate what particularly attracted you to this job and talk about the skills and experiences you bring to the table. Be ready with specific examples. In short, know your resume inside and out, reread your cover letter, and be able to recall related stories or experiences that are relevant to the posted position. Understand what you're good at, the skills, strengths, and what you can offer in the position. In addition to sharing your experiences, be prepared to verbalize your goals, both short and long term. During your research, be sure to know the mission, vision, values, and of the organization or company. You can tie your interests to the mission or vision. If your employer serves a particular audience, what's your knowledge of that audience and who are their important partners? Who are some of their clients and what population do they serve? Knowing this information is not only good for you as your own research, but might help you to develop unique questions that you can ask the employers during your interview. So how do you conduct this research? Well, first you can read the job description thoroughly. This will give you an idea of how the role plays in the overall picture. Look at the company or organization website, check out their annual reports or online articles. Check out more about the company culture, their mission and goals, and find out about their products and services. Many employers have Twitter accounts or Facebook pages, so make sure to check out what they're tweeting or saying. Also check out Google News or old-fashioned word of mouth. Take advantage of employer events to speak with people who work at these organizations. Then prepare, anticipate their questions. Know what they are asking for in the job descriptions, the qualifications, skills, commitment to the field. Then go back to your resume and identify specific experiences that will answer or highlight why you're qualified for this role. What makes a difference in an interview is your ability to provide concrete examples from your past. Review possible questions and formulate answers. Have examples ready to back up your answer, but don't completely memorize the answers. Then make sure to be prepared to respond to follow-up questions. and develop your own list of questions to ask the employers. Practice answering these questions in a descriptive but concise manner. Don't memorize, but reflect and practice articulating to avoid rambling, and be mindful of the time as you focus on things on why you're interested in the organization or your strengths and weaknesses. Behavioral questions are formulated to see how you approach a problem, how well you think and you can apply your skills. Some of these questions cannot be done on the fly, so make sure you're thinking about these and practice your answers in a timely manner. Avoid rambling. Employers will ask candidates to provide specific examples to show how they've demonstrated their behaviors or skills or abilities. The interviewer is trying to learn how you're thinking, acting, and approaching problems. The STAR method is a very helpful way to answer these questions. You focus on discovering how you acted in a specific situation. You describe the situation, the tasks that were involved, the actions that you carried out, and the ultimate results. Practice to articulate your thoughts and feel comfortable, but don't memorize. Here is an example of how to use the STAR method framework to develop a response that's both descriptive and concise. Notice that each response is not long, and the job seeker utilizes I statements that highlight their interests, strengths, and use results-oriented in example. If you're preparing for a virtual interview, consider doing the audio Wi-Fi check well in advance to avoid technical difficulties. Check your mic, camera, and even pre-select a neutral background and location as you prepare for your interview. You'll also want to dress professionally and limit anything that might be a distraction, like a noisy cell phone or laptop notification. Wrapping up the interview, make sure to ask thoughtful questions about the job, like what does a typical day in your life look like? What are the company's goals this quarter? How would you describe the ideal candidate for this position? And make sure you thank the interviewer. After the interview, make sure you send a short email by the end of the day, or at the very latest, early the next day. Make sure you thank them, highlight something specific that you noted about the company, and then reiterate your interest and your fit for the position. Finally, we have some resources on our website that will help you practice. First, you can sign up to do a practice interview with one of our advisors, or you can practice these behavioral questions using the Big Interview app. Finally, check out our interview guide at careeradvancement.uchicago.edu. Thanks so much and best of luck as you start your interviews.